Okay, so for anyone who cares to know, we're officially on day 19 out of 60 for our fall set. So we are living well through the fall, just making sure that we're taking extra measures to keep our joints happy, our brains in good shape, and mentally stable, hopefully. But today you're just going to need a band. We're going to use it for the legs. So if you have kind of a tighter one, that would be fantastic. We're going to be working our legs today. But first off, we are going to start with our little wake up routine. So let's stand on our mats. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up. And then exhale, open your arms out nice and wide, hinge forward. Take an exhale over the legs. Come all the way back up. Grab one arm and pull it over to the other side. Take a lot of hinge. Inhale, bring yourself up. And then grab your other hand and pull to the other side. Perfect. Inhale up and then dive forward again. We're going to hang out diving forward and just bend one knee and then the other. So hinge those hips side to side. If you don't touch the ground, it's not a problem. You just hang those arms low, bend those knees side to side. Try your best, though, to keep your back flat, as opposed to when you come down rounding from your waist. Try to round from or bend from your hip creases. And then grab your elbows and just let your upper body rock side to side. Keep those big breaths going. Grab through that belly, waking everything up. Okay, stop in the middle. We're going to inhale, come all the way back up. And then bring your arms forward. So arms slide forward and then behind. Deep breaths, keeping going. Keep that core solid. Think about your stance, right? Stacking in space. Okay, stop those arms, go the other way. As you're swinging the arms, think about it. What's going on? What's your neck doing? Can you keep those shoulder blades held together? Get lots of rotation through those shoulders. And time. Okay, we're going to go back over. Widen your legs, hinge forward into that forward fold. And then see if you can bring your hips all the way down. Hunker all the way down. If you need a hinge side to side, one heel comes up and then the other. That's super good. All right, a quick recap of our stability and mobility points. Your neck is mobile. Your upper back is stable. So even though you get lots of shoulder rotation, you're going to try to keep that upper back super fixed and stable. And then you're mobile in the mid back, stable in the low back, mobile in the hips, stable in the knees, and mobile in your ankles. Plant your hands, push your hips up, and then drop them down. Again, if you don't get all the way up, no big deal. Keep your hands on the ground for this one if you can't. So if you just get a little bit of height, that's okay. Let's go 2 more here. Keep your breathing going. Check in with that upper middle back. Try to keep it flat, held together. Okay, and then now we're going to widen those legs and go into our little spider lunge. So hinge over. Let the toe come up on one side. Drop deep into the thigh on the other. Just let this stretch kind of come through that inner thigh. Getting your knee bent, so stability means it's just bending forward and back. It's not yanking around one side or the other. Using your hands or just push up using the strength of your thigh. Come over to the other side. Hinge low. Grab that core. Push up. Other side. Okay, so from here, we are going to be starting off with our plank. Other side. One more time. So we've adding just a few more seconds or a little bit more time each day onto our planks this week. Come all the way up, hinge over those legs one more time. As always, if you don't plank, don't worry about it. You can do a dead bug, holding. If you would like, kind of depending on how you prefer how it feels through that core, if you get better contractions, moving back and forth. Or if you prefer, you can just hold and flex. And then when we rotate, you can rotate. Combined with that, get into those obliques. as much as possible, you can either hold or keep your head on the ground and then take your knees over to the side and try to connect and contract in through that oblique. Or if you find more oblique flexion, you could twist your hands and knees and try to hinge the shoulder to the hip. So I can kind of build in some oblique flexion here if I pull that shoulder back to the hip. It takes some kind of mental connection, but we've been working a lot on that, so I think you're probably going to be able to find it. You can also stay up if you choose to do your oblique flexion this way. You could stay here and hold like a bird dog tuck, right? And hold here while we're in our front plank. So a few different options if you don't generally hold a plank. All right, for the rest of us, we are going to start with 1 minute in the center. Ready, set, and go. So go ahead and drop those elbows onto the ground. Push into the elbows. Elbows pull back toward the toes. Watch your placement of the upper body, right? So really feel like you're hovering a little more forward than feels like maybe you should. But the moment that you get your shoulder heads a little further forward over those forearms, push into the forearms, you'll feel that core engage a little bit more. And for me, I feel like the work is taken a little bit out of my shoulders. As weird as it seems, you can engage a little bit more into the back, grab underneath that rib cage, flex through the quads, tuck your tailbone, flex through the glutes. We only have 10 seconds left here. Finding as much flexion as possible, and then turn to one side. So we're going to hold one side. We're going to attempt a minute. If a minute doesn't work, don't worry about it. You can either come down, come back up when you're ready, or I'll call our halfway point and you can switch. Push the chest open, tuck that tailbone, lift the hips up high toward the ceiling. If you feel like this is a lot of pressure on your shoulder, try finding more muscle engagement through the back. Right? There's our 30 seconds. So if you're switching, go to your other side, but you want to find those back muscles to help support. Lift that chest. 15 seconds left. Definitely a different game in a minute than 30 seconds for the side. 3 seconds, we're going to go back to center. Here we go. Come to center. Hold your center. So our whole round today is going to be 4 minutes. Tuck it in, flex a lot. Core has definitely become kind of a buzzword and feels somewhat fad-ish over the last few years, but it's because it's been found to be so necessary to keep the body healthy and strong for all the other movements. For a while, we haven't really focused on the foundation, right? That deep interior core, that when we can find that, helps facilitate better, safer, healthier movements for the other parts of the body. 10 seconds left. Tuck that tailbone, flex through the glutes. 3, 2, turn to that second side. Push up out of that elbow. Find the flexion through the back. Hopefully all this plank holding or dead bug holding has been really good for your low back, because remember, that's a stability point. And in order to hold that low back stable, you have to have a strong core. Feel like it's also one of those things that always you got to keep with it each and every day. Might get a little easier and more doable, but there's always more work that can be done through the core. There's your 30. I forgot to call you. I'm so sorry. So we have 15 seconds left. Hold that tuck. Find your obliques. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good job. Hinge back. Get a little stretch. 4 minutes on the dot. Always so amazed at how heated I get in a nice long held plank. You know you're getting those deep, lots and lots of muscles contracted. Okay, so let's grab our band, and we're going to start with it, or we're going to stay on the ground. So we're going to start with it around our thighs. So just above your kneecaps. This is sometimes the toughest part. Okay, so once you have it above your kneecaps, we're going to be going sets of 10, which seems like it's going to be not very many, but I'm planning on it adding up. Okay, so you're going to set up in your glute bridge, and our first set is just going to be up and down glute bridges. Okay, so set your feet, get your hips nice and high, push into the heels, pull the heels back towards your shoulders so you feel your butt lift, hamstrings engage. Once you have your set, your heels should be under your knees. We're going to start going up and down. Okay, so drop and lift. There's one. Can you get your core going any more? How much more can you flex those booty muscles? They're big ones. Let's use them. 5. At the end of this 10, we're just going to lift one leg and go into a single leg glute bridge. 9, 10. Hold on the top. Try not to bring your other leg into tripod. Lift the right leg. We're going to go up and down. 1, 2. Keep the core strong. Keep your hips level. Flex that lifted leg and make sure you're putting tension on your band. 7, 9, and 10. Okay, set the right leg down. Set in here for a quick second. Make sure you still have that appropriate and proper alignment for your glute bridge. Don't tripod your right leg. So keep it out wide. Lift the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. After this round, we're going to go back to our other leg. Lift that leg and abduct it. So abduct means pull it to the side. 9 and 10. Okay, set it up. Make sure you're set. Lift the right leg. Try to keep this left leg super still. So you'll notice it wants to counter pull. And I'm going to put my arms on the ground. Help keep my hips still for this one. 5. So you should feel kind of an even load between both legs. Get into those obliques and core. Can you lift any higher? Our hips definitely start to drop. 9, 10. Drop the leg. Other leg lifts and abduct. 1. So check in with your supporting leg. Mine's the right one on the ground. Check in. Make sure that it's not pulling away as that right or as your left leg pulls away, right? So you want to try to keep that right leg as still as possible. 8, 9, 10. Okay, lower your hips. You can keep your head on the ground, bring your legs straight up, or you can lift your head. Okay, push. I like to lift my head, but I know some of us need to keep it down. Lift your head and shoulders, dig into the belly, lower the legs, and then you're going to pull your legs apart. 10. You can bring your arms up, add in a little bit of more heat. Flex your feet. This is for that core. Tuck your chin. Dig that low back into the ground. 8, 9, 10. Awesome job. Okay, push back up into that glute bridge. Up and down for 10. 2, 3. If I really focus on it, I can get more butt flex. But I kind of got to pay attention, not just yanking and thrusting my hips up and down. What are you using to get there? Wrap the muscles around those thighs. Okay, up and hold. I'm going to lift my left leg first. And then go up and down with those hips. Make sure you did not pull your right leg into the midline. 4. Keep pushing through that glute. Keep tension on your band. 9, 10. Set your hips. Lift the right leg, go up and down. 1, 2. Flex deep into those inner thighs. 8, 9. Okay, switch the legs back. We're going to abduct. So lift and pull. 2. Flex that foot. Keep driving into that right supporting leg. 8, 9, 10. Reset, lift the right and pull. Flex that toe back. Keep that core going strong. 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, slide your hips down, lift the legs, slowly lower, keeping that low back in the ground. Keep tension on your band. Arms can do whatever you'd like, and then abduct those legs. 4. Don't only just push your low back into the ground, but see if you can scoop the belly. I know I say it a lot, but it makes such a big difference in the way that you flex that core. 3, 2, 1. All right, last round. Let's hit it up. 1. Are doing our glute bridge or doubles. 2, 3. You should not be feeling any tension on your low back. So make sure that you're keeping that neutral pelvis. Remember, we have that stable low back. 8, 9. Up and hold. I'm going to lift that right leg up and down with the hips. Keep that tension on the band. How high can you get? 8, 10. Switch your legs. Push into that right leg. Open the left out. Keep tension there. Core strong. Slide those shoulder blades down your spine. 8, 9, 10. Okay, switch back. Abduct. Pull that leg to the side. Make sure you don't start getting into a little pulsy rhythm, but you're in control of the pull and you're in control of the return. 7. Oh, push those hips up. 9, 10. Okay, lift the left and pull. Drive into that right heel. Keep the left leg flexed. Press those upper back shoulders into the ground. 8, 9, 10. Lower those hips. Bring the legs up. Push the low back into the ground. Scoop that belly. Abduct those legs. 1. Scoop, scoop, scoop. 7, 8. If your head's lifted, tuck the chin. And 10. Woo, all right, pull those knees in. Take a little itty bitty break. And we're going to come up and turn it over. So keep your band where it's at. We're going to start on our hands and knees. And if going onto your hands and knees doesn't work for you, because we are going to pull the knees off the ground and hit a bear position. Otherwise, you can hit a squat. Just hold a squat and abduct your knees here. So remember, abduct is pulling those knees apart. So press into the hands, bring your fingertips really, really, really wide. Push into that thumb and first finger. Spiral the elbows back to point at your knees. Lengthen in the back and dig in. It's like you're rooting into the ground. Push into the toes. Lift your knees barely off the ground and pull your knees out. Abducting. 2, 3. So obviously we're using those legs, but you should feel a lot of core here as well. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, walk it up. We're going to take a little squatty walk. Okay? Sit into your squat. We're going to walk ourselves forward and back 5 times each leg. So right, left, 2, 3, and then again, 4, 5, 6. Get it back. So make sure you're lining those knees and toes. 7, 8, 9. We've only got 1 left. Get that butt low. And then 1 forward and 1 back. Good. All right, take a little stand. Make sure those knees lining with toes. So now we're going to do a squat to lunge. Take your squat stance, squat. Then you're going to turn to your right and lunge. Make sure that front knee right on top of the ankle. Squat, pivot, lunge. Belly strong. Here's 2. We're going to go 10 each direction. Lots of squats in between. Drag that belly button back toward the spine. That front knee is right on top of the heel, facing the same direction as the toe. Sit into those heels. Take your time to adjust your knees however you need. 8. Ooh, those legs are feeling good. 9. And 10. 1 more squat. Perfect. Okay, we're back down on the ground. Or stay up for your standing abduction. I'm going to take a little stretch. All right, here we go. Hands and knees. Set 2. Spread those fingertips nice and wide. Curl those toes under. Then abduct your knees. 1, 2, 3. Scan the body. Feel it lots of different places. Should be tough because you're flexing everywhere. 8, 9, 10. Woo. All right, bring it up. And we're going to hit up those squatty walks, the grouchy walks. Hinge those hips back and down. Walk heel toe, heel toe. 3. Looks like I get 3 each direction. 4. Sit as low as you can. Keep that burn on. 7. Pull tension on that band. Make sure those knees and toes are lined up. Then 1 more. 1. And back. Whew. All right. We're going to hit that squat to lunge. Hold that core strong. Shoulder blades slide down. Here we go. Squat and lunge. Pivot and lunge. Line that knee. Whew, and toe. 2. Keep that tension on. Get that burn into the glutes. Make sure you're not overusing your quads. So it's all about driving through the heels. Start at 5. can tell I'm getting tired. I'm wobbly. My muscles want to let go. Keep them contracted. Core and back. That makes a difference. 7. Really get those knees out with the toes. Starting 9. One more each side. 10. All right, back down. Third round. All right, we're gonna hit up that bear. Spread fingertips. Ready, set. Shins parallel to the ground and abduct. 3. Take your brain to which muscles you really want to be working here. 9, 10. Whew. Okay, here we go. Hitting up that Grouchy Walk. Sit low. Here's 3. 4. 'It's harder for those knees to stay wide, so make sure you stay on top of it, even if that means that you need to keep your feet a little narrower. It's really important that your knees are not falling in for where your toes are. Just our one walk and our one walk. Ooh. All right, coming up for our squat and lunge. Here we go. Squat it, twist, lunge. There's 1. Find those glutes. There it is. Dig into those heels. Adjust as you need. Form is key, right? Want to feel those glutes. Feel those abductors. We're halfway. 6. Keep mindful of those knees and toes. Don't forget about the core. Keep that band nice and wide. Starting 9. One more each side. Back and here. Beautiful. All right. Last little bonus set. Move your band down around your upper ankle and your low calf. All right. So just kind of at the very base of your calf. Slide those shoulders back and down. We're going to walk left and right until we add up to 10. So sit your hips back, and then we're going to take our step. 1, 2, 3, 4, back. 5, 6. Where's that core? Keep your upper body really still. Let's just go one more full rhythm on our mat. Make sure you're pulling with the knee. It's easy to keep that knee left behind. Okay, we're going to do a back pull. So pull your left leg back, kind of at an angle. Bend into that supporting leg. 5. Can you get your core grabbed any more? 8. Be in control as the band comes back. 10 on the other. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then we're going to do a little hippity hop. So we're just going to jump out and in for 10. If you don't jump, just do a lateral tap. Ready, core strong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Okay, we have time for one more. Let's hit it over. I want to get her done, but I also want to do it right. So don't rush it. Knee and toe. You should feel those high upper outer thighs and butt. As one of my friends says, the butt thigh. This is what we're going for. Whew. Make sure you're trying to pull evenly, right? Keep that upper body still. One more down and back. Inner thigh still self-flexed. Check in with those knees and toes. Make sure your upper body isn't swaying side to side. Whew, holy cow. Okay, now we're going to pull. Level off into that one leg. 3. Make sure that knee's still lining with the toe. Enjoy the burn. 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1. That second side. It's a little pre-fatigued. 8, 9, 10. Okay, here we go. Hit up those jumps. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right. Well done, well done. Get rid of your band. Oh. And then we're going to do a quick glute stretch. Sit down on your mat. Lie all the way down. Cross your right ankle over the left knee. Flex through both feet. Woo! I don't think I've had this much burn in that upper outer butt for a while. That was a good band set. Push your low back into the ground. Slide the shoulder blades down. Lots of good core here today as well. You all did fantastic. Okay, drop your left foot on the ground and just easy lower your legs to the left. Let that right knee kind of drop out toward your left toe. Remember, our challenge for this week is watching our processed foods. Just watching it. Instead of adhering to strict rules or diets, just pay attention. The more you eat at home, which is kind of easy right now, not going out as much. All right, cross to the other side. And the more that you try to find foods that are minimally processed, you're already, every day, making yourself that much healthier. So it's awesome. Flex both feet, pull those knees in. And when you choose those healthy foods, remember that you can feel excited and proud of yourself. It's not like you're being deprived of anything. You can actually feel awesome that you're making choices that are good for you and those around you. Cross that left leg over, so your leg's to the right. Let that knee drop out to the right foot. All right, bring it back to center. Bring your body up. All right, one more quick stretch. Do the best that you can with it. It works for some of us. Some are still a little bit tight. So if you cross your left leg on the ground, and then you take your right leg over the top of it. So it may look like this. That's okay. Just lean forward and lean over it. But as close as you can get that top knee on top of the other one, that's what we're going for. And then you kind of pull those toes away from your thighs, push on your feet, and lean forward. So you should feel lots of glute stretch here, especially after all we did today. All right, sit up. See if you can flip those legs around. So now your right leg's on the ground, Left leg on top. Again, if you don't get the knees stacked, it's really not a problem. You may look like this. That's okay. You're still getting a stretch. Try to lift up out of that, out of your trunk though. So maybe even push your hands behind if you find yourself collapsing. Hinge forward. Good job. All right. Fantastic work.